Angels. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. It's your boy Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lats. Joined with my guy, Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson. And we just got some breaking news, Ben. Breaking news in the MLB world. The New York Yankees have been informed that they are out of the Juan Soto sweepstakes.
Ooh, interesting.
It is down to the New York Metropolitans and the Los Angeles Dodgers, and a decision is imminent.
I heard earlier today that the Blue Jays and the Red Sox are still in it.
This is very recently, right now, just came across the news wire. It is
From who?
This is from multiple insiders. This is from MLBinsider.com. It is down to the Mets and the Dodgers, and a decision is imminent.
Man, if the fucking Dodgers sign him and defer
He's not, dude. I'm telling you right now, he's a Met.
90% of the money.
He's a Metropolitan, dude.
Yeah, I
He's using the Dodgers as leverage.
yeah. I mean, we heard that we already heard that there was a 660, I think, deal out there.
Well, apparently the Blue Jays offered him the most money, and I keep reiterating this time and time again on all of our shows. The Blue Jays have more money than every other MLB franchise, and nobody seems to understand that. Like, they are by far the most wealthy franchise. They're owned by Rogers Media, which is the biggest media conglomerate in Canada, and so I think he used the Blue Jays as leverage for the Mets and Dodgers, and I think he's going to use the Dodgers as leverage because Steve Cohen has way more money than the Dodgers owners. And I'm telling you right now, dude, he's giving Juan Soto a fucking blank check, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, wouldn't surprise me either way there. I can't see the Dodgers deferring that much money. I mean, they're already at $1 billion in deferrals. I mean, but who stood in to put another $500 million in? So I really.
Cohen could defer a shit ton of money too, but
yeah,
I mean, he could also pay up front, dude. He could pay. Same with the Blue Jays. Like, the Blue Jays could be like, "Yo, we'll give you $700 million like tomorrow." Well, why are you $700 million, dude?
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised either way.
To be honest,
I think it's the Mets, though.
I
fucking hope it's the Mets.
I find it hard to believe that, like, he would want to go the fucking KD route where, like, he lost to the Dodgers and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go join the Dodgers." I just find that hard to believe. Plus, like, it's been rumored like he wants to be on the East Coast. Like, this is even back when he was with the Padres. Like, he was like, he wanted to be back on the East Coast when he was a free agent and shit. So I definitely think it's the Mets, dude. Like, I said it was the Mets from last year. I said it was going to be the Mets from the second the season ended this year. I 100% think that Juan Soto is going to the Mets.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much that line is going to move because See, I've already taken a Mets to win the NL as well as the World Series. I mean, obviously, it's going to be difficult with the Dodgers and how they keep stacking. See, as of right now, Mets to win the World Series is plus 1200, and Mets to win the pennant is plus 550.
Because even with Soto, I still think the Mets are the third best team in the NL. I think the Dodgers are number 1 and the Padres are clearly number 2. And then the Mets number 3 if they get Soto. But it also depends on their starting rotation because, like, you know, Sean Manaea is still a free agent. Like, they haven't re-signed him, and you know what I mean? And who knows what the Padres are going to do. I mean, there's a lot of time. I mean, clearly the Dodgers are the favorite, though. Like, I think we can all agree on that right now, unfortunately. Dodgers are the favorite, but I do think that the Padres are clear number 2.
Yeah, we know the Dodgers like to throw things away, so...
Yeah, I mean, that and, you know, like, you know, I'll say this about Blake Snell, dude, is like, Blake Snell has had, like, 2.5 really fucking good years. Like, obviously the 2 years he won the Cy Young were both contract years. And then he had a half a good season last year, which was technically a contract year because he could opt out. So now that he has a long-term deal and he signed, you know, does he have that same kind of production that he's had in his 2.5 contract years, I should say? I don't know. You know, like the what's the word I'm looking for? The incentive to perform or to produce for him is already gone. And we've seen this with you know, multiple Major League Baseball players before where, like, they come into contract years and they way outperform their production and they never live up to that production. So,
when he was in a great, you know, pitcher-friendly ballpark too, which
the
boosted
Dodgers
his numbers last year.
Dodgers ballpark's a pitcher-friendly ballpark too.
Oh no, I'm just talking about in a contract year.
Yeah,
that definitely helped things.
Sorry, I just knocked over my space heater. Not good.
Fucking god damn it. Fucking Golden Knights.
What happened?
Just couldn't score an empty netter. Didn't even get a shot.
Oh shit, it's already over? God damn.
Yep.
Jesus. Anyways, we'll see what happens. We'll see if there is a imminent decision in the next you know, according to these I mean, this is tweeted by multiple people at this point. This isn't just one person.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're hearing that he should be probably signed by the end of next week. The end of the
winter meetings.
Meetings, yeah. If not sooner, which is really gonna open a floodgate for free agent signings, which is good for us.
Yeah, I think I mean, he's definitely the first big. Well, I mean, Snell already obviously signed, but he's definitely the first big domino to fall as far as, like, position players. Like, you're not going to see the Anthony Santanders of the world and Pete Alonso's and all of them sign until Juan Soto signs. So
yeah,
yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, but he's a Met, Ben. He's a Met, dude.
Yeah, I to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised either way.
All right, let's move into some other news that broke from the. I shouldn't even say winter meetings because they just, like, started. Or is it next week? Or is it winter? No, the winter meetings are this week.
Start Sunday. Sunday to Thursday.
But there's a proposed rule going around.
Posted on a podcast.
Who?
Manfred.
Yeah, the golden at bat rule. I mean, Ben. This motherfucker Rob Manfred, dude. He does everything.
What are we doing?
He does everything but, like, what should actually be done.
Yeah.
And for those living under a rock, there's this, like, golden at bat rule being proposed.
Not even for those living under a rock. I had no idea until you told it to me 2 hours ago.
Okay, fair enough. So it's not being proposed, but it's being, like, discussed amongst owners and executives and stuff for there being a golden at bat rule where you get one at bat where you can basically hit anybody in your lineup out of order. And I mean, like, what is this, Ben? Is this adult softball, dude? Is this fucking what are we doing here?
The examples that were used were from the Dodgers and the Yankees. And it's if the Dodgers are in a close game and Shohei Ohtani pops up, then he can go in as the next batter and bat again.
Yeah.
Or
Judge.
if you're in New York and you have 5, 6, and 7 batters load the bases, then you can have Soto come in and have an at bat, even though he wouldn't be, he's the 4 hitter there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I see where it incentivizes teams to have a clutch and big name player like that. But I mean, it totally disrespects the game. And
I think it takes away from like a ton of strategy.
Takes away from a ton of strategy. It takes away from, having deep lineups. It takes away from, teams that don't have deep lineups who are just, 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy.
I also think that, like, back when we were growing up and stuff, like having a pinch hitter on your roster, like Matt Stairs, for example, like a guy that didn't play every day, but he was like a guy that would like go in and just fucking, when you needed him in a clutch situation, like he was an elite pinch hitter. Like that's just what he did, dude. You know what I mean? Or same thing with base running, dude. Like Dave Roberts, for example, like he was an elite base runner. Like he didn't play every day, but like when a team needed a fucking stolen base in a clutch situation to get into scoring position, he came in the game and stole bases, right? And I think that essence of baseball has gone away. Like nowadays, teams don't have like specialists per se, right? And I think that's kind of gone away. And like this golden at bat rule just takes away from it even more. And you still need those you still need those players, dude. You need those guys that are good at pinch hitting. You need those guys that are good at pinch runners. Like I think that is a huge part of the game. And taking that shit away, I think just hella devalues the game, number one. And number two, it's so fucking stupid, Ben. Like, if Shohei Ohtani strikes out and it's like, oh, he's going to go again, dude, after he just saw a fucking pitcher. Like, literally right after, dude. Like, no, dude. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
And that goes for any team, Ben. That goes for any team with any good hitter. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid.
Yeah. Well, I think that would probably cause issues with pitchers as well, because we're already seeing a rise in pitcher injuries. And if a pitcher has to go through even more of a repertoire versus a single pitcher back to back, you can see those pitchers going through 5, 6 different types of, well, probably not 5 or 6, but 3 or 4 different type of pitches, which stresses their arms even more because you have these high leverage batters up there. And, here we are with more, number 1, number 2 pitchers going down for TJ because they have to go through and put a little extra on those that second round because the player either just saw those pitches or, this is now the 3rd time through the order for this one guy versus just getting him out the second time.
Yeah.
And the differentiation, I can see it from an offensive view because, ladies love the long ball and, we want the runs to be higher in a more offensive game versus a defensive game. But
then let him take steroids, man.
Yeah. Yeah, if you do that, then you got to let pitchers use sticky.
I mean, dude, like, I'm not opposed to any of this, dude. Like, steroids doesn't make you hit the ball better. It just makes you fucking retain fucking, you know, not, I wouldn't say energy, but it rebuilds your muscles faster so you're not as worn out. Right. And I mean, there's a ton of legal stuff now that like does the same exact shit, but I don't know, dude.
It's pretty fucking ridiculous if you ask me. I don't understand why you would even like fucking the show doesn't even have the golden at bat rule. Like,
oh yeah, dude. I mean, it's a totally fucking like it's stupid, dude. And if this, I don't think it's gonna go through, but if it were to, like, I mean, it's a joke, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we're basically turning Major League Baseball into the fucking Savannah Bananas at this point. Like, we might as well start doing TikTok dances and shit along with all this other shit.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I do want to see the strikeout or the what is it, the pitch, robo pitch reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's working in minor league baseball. The problem is that Major League Baseball umpire union is strong, and obviously it's going to make them look bad, and is also going to devalue them to some respect, right? So I think it's going to take some time for that to get passed. And
get your shit together and call fucking strikes.
Hey, but I'll say this, Ben. Like, I don't mind a bad strike zone if it's consistently bad. It's when it's inconsistent. That's when it's a problem, dude. Like, if you're calling a strike a couple inches off the outside corner the entire game, okay, I get it, dude. Like, the pitchers and the hitters can both adjust to that. But if you're calling it in innings 1, 2, 3, and 4 as a ball, and then you start calling it as a strike in innings 6, 7, 8, 9, that I have a problem with.
See, I have a problem. I mean, yes. Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. The consistency is definitely a big factor. But I have a problem with, with the, strikes that are being called even 3-4 inches out of the strike zone on a consistent basis.
They shouldn't be called, but if it's consistent though, then as a pitcher and a hitter, you both know, okay, he's gonna call that outside corner. So as a pitcher, you know I can go outside more, and as a hitter, you know, like, okay, I gotta swing at that. But if you're calling that a ball early in the game, and as a hitter, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, he's been calling that a ball all game, so I'm gonna take this, and then he fucking starts calling it a strike. It's like, come on, bro, you just called that a ball like fucking.
No,
2 innings ago.
I agree with you on that, but at the same time, like, no, these, like, if we were, when we're doing our jobs, if we are consistently off the mark in any of our jobs, if you're consistently giving the wrong amount of money, if I'm consistently, breaking a policy, that's a problem.
Yeah, but a strike zone is like, it's a lot different than like a registered number, because there's no, like, the umpire's not looking at a box up there, you know what I mean? Like, he's
but if you're doing this on an everyday basis,
absolutely. I mean, these are the best in the business.
Yeah. And you know what the strike zone is.
But I mean, to be honest too, Ben, like, you look at an umpire scorecard every game, and like, dude, they're still calling it like 98% correctly. Like,
those aren't the ones we're having the problem with. It's the ones that are around the in the 80s.
But those are so few and far between.
Those are not few and far between.
No, they're very few and far between. Go to umpire scorecards on Twitter, dude. Go scroll through all of them. I bet there's like less than, I would say less than 5% are below 90%.
That's probably not updated right now, huh?
I don't know. It's been I haven't looked at it since baseball season ended, but like, I will give the umpires a fair shake, and I will say that they are pretty fucking good at their job, dude, for the most part. There's a few that really fucking suck, and I'm not gonna call them out by name, but
luckily one just retired.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few others too that are
absolutely
just as fucking bad, but
I mean, the problem is that these are the elite of the elite in the playoffs.
But I mean, I'm with you, dude. I think the automatic strike and ball, or not the auto strike ball, but the challenge that the minor leagues run right now, I think it would definitely not only make umpires want to be better, but I do think that it would also like change the game a lot because I mean, Ben, there's a lot of times in key moments in games where fucking guys are striking out on pitches fucking 6 inches off the plate.
Yep.
Or vice versa too, like where a pitcher gets a ball called on a clear fucking strike.
Yeah.
And
right down the pipe.
And they could challenge that kind of shit. And so I think that should I think it would absolutely change the game 100%.
Yep.
And I think it would change the game for the good.
Yeah. Well, again, it's just that consistency, and it's the just the lack of transparency, which there's usually never anything wrong with the transparency, other than it's going to make the umpires look bad because that's another number and another stat that is going to be looked at.
That's why that's why the umpires union doesn't want it.
Yeah. So, but if your number's getting high, fucking tighten your shit up.
Fix it. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
This is why you're here. And not in the fucking minor leagues.
Yep.
Just like players.
100%, man. 100%. All right. Some other news. Well, I mean, it's not really news, more like rumors and shit, but obviously like a lot's not gonna really come down until the till Juan Soto signs, but there is news that Rokai Sasaki could sign the Baltimore Orioles, Ben.
Yeah, you were mentioning that yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, any team but the Dodgers, I'm fine with. Any team but the Dodgers. And yeah, I know there's a lot of baseball fans out there that agree with me on that. But the highly, it's highly anticipated that he is going to sign with the Dodgers. So,
well, Ben Badler is the guy that reported it. He deals a lot with MLB prospects.
Mm.
I think the reason why everyone thinks that he's going to sign with the Dodgers is because the Dodgers have 2 Japanese players, and so they just assume that because they have 2 and because he quote unquote grew up a Dodgers fan, if that's even true or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
That he's just going to sign with the Dodgers because of that. But
I think a West Coast team definitely makes sense. Because you get the games being aired
this guy just shot a free throw like this.
In Japan. To me that definitely makes sense. Travel, it's 5 less hours for him to travel to go home. So a West Coast team definitely does give its priorities, but the winning is probably more important to him. So
yeah, but I mean, like this is a thing, bro. Like Ben, when I grew up as a kid, dude, right? When I'm playing fucking Madden or NCAA football, especially like when they had Race to the Heisman, right? Like, I was never like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking play at fucking Alabama because they're the best team, dude. I was always like, nah, I'm gonna go play at fucking Ball State, dude, because I want to make Ball State a fucking winner, dude. Like, I have that competitive nature in me, dude. Like, where I don't just want to go to a team because they win, dude. Like, I want to go to a team and help them become a winner.
Yeah.
Right? And that was like the big knock on Kevin Durant too, right? Like, KD went to the Warriors and everyone's like, well, I mean, he's one of the best players in the world. Like, why does he just want to join the team that has already won? Like, why does he want to go to a team and like help them become a winner? I feel the same way for like a lot of Major League Baseball. Same with Juan Soto, for example. Like, why does Juan Soto want to fucking go to the Dodgers after losing to them?
Money.
Sure, but he can get that same money from the Mets.
If he gets that same money from the Mets,
Dude, the Mets are gonna offer him more money than the fucking Dodgers are.
Yeah, but Dodgers over twice as long. Pushes out those taxes.
Well, but Dodgers also, like, in California, got to pay more taxes.
Yeah, well, New York is up there too.
Yeah, that's true as well. Canada as well, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Canadian dollar is lower.
I don't know. We'll see. But I wouldn't be shocked if Rokai Sasaki goes to another team, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone just assumes he's going to the fucking Dodgers, and I don't think it's a fucking guarantee.
Yeah.
I think the Padres make a ton of sense. I mean, the Orioles make a ton of sense, too. Because they're ready to contend, and they need a pitcher.
Yeah.
So.
I think there's a lot of teams that make sense, but can they draw them there? That's the big question.
Well, he can only be offered a certain amount. So like, It's not like a team can go out and be like, "We'll pay you more." Like that's just, it can't happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And actually, the Dodgers have one of the fewest amounts to spend in the international signing pool bonus. So like, they can't even offer him the most amount of money, as other teams can.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And do you want to go in and pitch every 6th or 7th day?
Yeah, or do you want to be a real?
And if you're looking for a
baseball player,
a big contract after the transfer is done, then you're not going to go in there and want to pitch every 6th or 7th day.
Nope. Agreed.
So.
Agreed. All right. What about well, there's a few teams I do want to talk about as far as Major League Baseball is concerned, and some rumors and stuff. And
do you want to talk about the few signings that we've seen?
Sure.
Just really quick.
Yeah.
Nothing big, obviously.
Yeah. Matthew Boyd.
Aroldis Chapman to the Red Sox for a year.
I think that's a great signing because the Red Sox, their bullpen was absolute dog shit. Especially the second half of the year. I mean, they lost like, I think it was like 8 out of 12 games in a row. 8 out of 12 games where like they had a lead and blew it in the 7th inning or later. Yeah. So they definitely need the bullpen help. My only thing, Ben, is like Tanner Scott's still on the market, right? So why go out and sign fucking Aroldis Chapman? Like, why not go out and
for $10.75 million too? Yeah, I thought that was a little high.
For 1 year, I don't think it's that bad, but like, why not go out and get Tanner Scott?
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the best relievers in baseball.
Yeah.
I will say
they talked to him and he wasn't interested.
I will say this about the reliever market though. Relievers are very what's the word? They come and go. Like they could have one great year and then a dog shit year the next. Yeah. So it's very not frugal, but it's very, what's the word I'm looking for, Ben? Come on.
Unbalanced.
You were an English teacher, dude. It's very volatile. Yes. It's a volatile market. So it's tough to like, it's really tough to like lock down, like signing a reliever for like 3 to 4 years is never the best signing because you're usually not getting like great value out of that.
The same pitcher every year.
Yeah, that contract. So I lightweight understand what the Red Sox are doing.
Mm-hmm.
However, I mean, Tanner Scott's fucking really good, dude.
Yeah.
And there's also other guys like Clay Holmes isn't going to fucking, I mean, I know he had a bad second half of the year, but like he's not going to command a big deal, right? And, Blake Trinan, I know he's like 40 years old now, but he's not going to command a big deal. Like you can sign him for 1 year.
Yeah. Weren't you saying Montas hadn't signed? Montas signed
with the Mets, yeah.
Yeah. $34 million for 2 years.
I was saying Manaea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the Mets signing Montas is a good middle starter right there. He'll probably be what, a 4?
Yeah, I thought once he got traded to I thought he had a good like beginning of the season with the Reds, and then like right before the trade deadline he was good, and then with the Brewers he was good. And we've seen what he's been in his career. Like, he's a good fucking starting pitcher. Is he great? No. Will he be great? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think he's like a good like inning eater, middle of the rotation kind of guy.
That puts him at the number 3 spot on their depth chart right now. You've got Senga, Quintana, Manaya, Severino, and then McGill.
But Manaya's not signed yet. They only put a qualifying offer out to him.
Okay.
And Severino's also not signed.
Is this still last year's depth chart?
Severino, they put a qualifying offer out to him, but he's still technically a free agent.
Okay, so starting pitchers.
They do have Senga though.
Yeah, they have Senga, Blackburn, McGill, Peterson.
Blackburn, they actually
Scott.
declined the qualifying offer, so he'll be an outright free agent.
Okay, he's still on their roster right now. McGill is not. Oh yes, he is. Sorry.
Yeah, McGill should still be on their roster.
Senga, McGill, Christian Scott, Max Kranick.
Yeah, I mean, well, and they have, oh my God, what the fuck's his name? His fucking name is fucking slipped my fucking goddamn mind. Let me find it real quick.
What, young pitcher?
Yeah. He pitched a couple outings last year and then got hurt. Gosh. What the fuck is his name, Ben? The fuck is his name, dude? What are the pitchers they have listed there?
I just read the starting pitchers to you.
All of them?
Kranick?
No, that ain't him.
Senga, Montas, Peterson, Blackburn, McGill, Sprout, Pintero, Tong, Hamill.
Go to their
Ludo.
go to their 40 man roster. Christian Scott. Christian Scott. He got hurt this year. I don't know what his status is going into next year, but that kid throws fucking gas.
Okay.
He's pretty solid. So they'll have him too. Plus, I mean, they didn't have Senga all fucking year this year.
Yeah.
So they get Senga back and shit. Never mind. Christian Scott went under Tommy John.
Oh, so he's not coming back.
Yeah, he's out next year. So we'll be back the year after. He's nice. He's nice, but yeah, sayonara, buddy.
Yeah, they'll still need one more starter.
I mean, I think if you beef up your bullpen though, I think you can like live with like a mid starting rotation, which is why I think like having a Quintana, Montas, and Senga. You know, Senga's like an ace, like he's like elite when he's healthy, and then you have like 2 or 3 mid pitchers, and then if you have an elite bullpen, it helps your team so much more because you could shrink a game.
Yeah.
And look what the Dodgers did. Look what the Dodgers did in the playoffs, man.
Yep.
Like, you just need I talked about this last year when the Tigers were making their run. I said the age of baseball is changing right in front of us.
Yeah, Tigers still needed one more starting pitcher too, though.
Oh, sure. If the Tigers had one more starter, they probably fucking are in the World Series last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need one ace, Tariq Skubal, and then you need like 3 or 2 mid starters that can just eat innings, dude. Can get you 4 to 5 innings of 1 to 2 run baseball.
They were injured last year.
Yeah, and next year they get him back.
And then we had one more pitcher moves. Cubs signed Matthew Boyd.
Yeah, I think they overpaid for him.
Very much so. 2 years, $29 million. But I think he's going to be good for their staff.
Yeah, I think so too. And he had a pretty good. He was nice for the Guardians, but I don't know, Ben. The Cubs are a team like who they don't have an ace.
Yeah,
like Justin Steele,
Shota.
I don't think. I guarantee Shota will never replicate the season he had last year.
Oh, agreed.
Guaranteed.
But I think he's still an ace, though.
No, I think he's an average pitcher.
He's got an elite curveball.
No, he's got an elite fastball, and he only throws like 92 because that was like crazy run value. For some reason, it like looks like a rising fastball. Like it looks like it's going up because of the spin rate. Mm-hmm. But I think that major league hitters are going to adapt to him next year, and I think you're going to see a fucking down year for Shota Imanaga.
I mean, it's definitely not going to be like what he had this year.
No, he was mid at fucking MPB. And the Japanese baseball league.
Oh! I thought you said M. Sorry.
NPB.
Yeah.
Nippon. Yep. Professional baseball.
Yeah, that's. I mean, those are the only signings that we had so far this week.
Irving,
Vegas
my fucking guy Irv, man. I love you, Irv, dude. I love you to death, bro. But I swear to fucking God. Irv chimed in and said Juan Soto is a Dodger. Man, you fucking wish he's a Dodger. Juan Soto is a motherfucking Met.
Oh, Rangers signed Higashioka.
It's like whatever.
Yeah, great defensive catcher, but at 34, he's
he did hit some like big dingers, and honestly, I was shocked the Padres didn't re-sign him, Ben, because he was like a clubhouse like favorite.
Yeah.
And those dudes are meaningful, dude. And like people underestimate those like clubhouse guys. And like he was one of those guys that like the clubhouse like loved and enjoyed.
Yep.
And so I was very shocked. But you know what that means, in my opinion, Ben?
Ethan Salas is coming up.
Ethan Salas is coming up.
Yep.
Quicker than we think.
Yep. And he's gonna be a problem.
They hope.
Yeah.
You never know when a guy's like 19, dude, and he's like,
yeah.
You could rake A and double A ball all you want, dude, but big leagues is totally different fucking story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they unfortunately had to trade away James Woods, and look what he's doing right now. He was a hell of a pick for them, and
bro,
a year of Soto.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you also got Michael King.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's hard to look at it like, yeah, would you like to have Mackenzie Gore and James Wood? I don't know, dude, because Michael King's better than Mackenzie Gore, and Jackson Merrill is better than James Wood at this point.
Yeah, but if you shift Merrill, and if you have Merrill.
Yeah, but they also got Dylan Cease out of the Soto trade because one of the guys they got who was it? Ben, one of the starters. Drew. Oh my God, one of the guys they got from the Juan Soto trade. They moved for Dylan Cease.
Okay.
So I mean, at the end of the day, like they really got fucking Dylan Cease, Michael King, and Higashioka, who had a good year for them last year, decent year. They got all those guys for Soto.
And there's talk of Tatis moving back to shortstop.
No, not a
No,
chance.
you don't think so?
No, nope.
Who's gonna play shortstop next year?
Bro, they have a fucking roster of shortstops.
Yeah.
Who do you want to play shortstop? Jackson Merrill's the shortstop. I mean, dude, like, just re-sign Ha-Seong Kim, dude. He's not going to cost that much money because he's coming off a fucking shoulder injury.
I don't know if he wants to be there.
Why would the fuck would he not want to be there?
You have Xander at second. Or, sorry, at short.
Yeah, you have Xander, you have Jackson, you have fucking Cronenworth. Like, I mean, you got a roster full of fucking shortstops that are all playing in different positions.
Left field. Who's their left fielder?
Profar, also a shortstop.
Well, no, he's gone now. Or Orelma? Ornelas?
No, the thing with this is the thing with the Padres, dude, and their shortstop position. And I said this on our show right after the World Series, or right after the Padres were eliminated. That there's talk where Leodis DeVries, who's their top prospect, second top prospect, who's also a shortstop, he's flying up the system, and there's talk that like the Padres brass, they think that he could be ready by July, August next year to take the shortstop position. And thus, that was part of the reason why maybe they can move on from Ha-Seong Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So they have that right there.
Well, yeah, and then you have Arias, and you have Cronenworth, and you have Xander, then you have, and I don't think Machado would play shortstop, but like all three of those, you have Merrill, you have Tatis, all of those can play shortstop.
Yeah, but I'd rather just re-sign Ha-Seong Kim to like a team-friendly deal, and a friendly deal for him too. Like, hey, we'll sign you to a 3-year deal with a 1-year opt-out. So if you fucking ball out, you can opt out.
And then put Xander at second?
Yeah, that's where he started last year.
And then Cronenworth is back on the bench?
He's like first base, fucking DH. Because then that allows you to DH.
Huh?
It allows you to switch to rotate DHs.
Yeah, you have Arias, you have Rosario.
Well, Luis Arias is a free agent too.
No, he's not. He's not a free agent.
Does he have one more year?
I think so. At least. Let me see. Luis Arias.
Damn. Well, the Padres are also looking to reduce payroll in 2025. I mean, let me say,
he's ARB eligible.
Let me preface this, Ben, because a lot of people aren't aware of what's really going on with Major League Baseball. So half of the Major League Baseball teams do not have television deals for next year because Diamond Sports Group went bankrupt. Diamond Sports Group owned Bally Sports, which was basically televised half the league's baseball games.
All of the teams in the Midwest, yeah.
And now Diamond Sports Group has gone under. So a lot of these teams don't have guaranteed TV deals and they don't really know what's going on. And TV money is more money than that. That's where like a majority of a team's revenue comes from, is their TV deal, right? Which is why the Mets, the Dodgers, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, these teams can spend more. The Red Sox can, they have lucrative TV deals because they have big markets, right? And the rest of Major League Baseball doesn't have that. And the Padres are one of those teams. The Padres were under Diamond Sports Group. They no longer have a TV deal with Diamond Sports Group, so now they're kind of in midair. The one thing that benefits the Padres though is the fact that they own their stadium outright. They owe $0 on it, right? So a lot of their money is really basically only labor. That's what they pay. Everything else is well, I shouldn't say just labor. Labor and operational costs. So operational costs being travel, electricity, gas, all that kind of shit. So labor and operational costs. But they don't pay rent. They don't pay a mortgage.
Yep.
They own their stadium outright now, which is very beneficial for them. But not having a TV deal definitely decreases your value of what your income is, because you're not seeing that money from a TV deal. So the Padres are in a very difficult situation from a business standpoint, Ben, because they're not getting that income.
Yeah. Diamond Sports Group.
Yes.
So Diamond and providing the money for that.
Yes.
So even though they do have a